Hey everyone, Ashley Mailloux, Mike Beer here, taking a look at the stakes race this Saturday at Los Alamitos 16th. It is the Grade 2 Starlet Stakes there for the 2-year-old fillies. It's a field of 6, and as we move to this field of 6, you see what we typically see: a bunch of Bob Bafferts, a pair for Doug O'Neill, and you have one for Peter Miller in this field. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how this race is bet, Mike. I think, in my opinion, I don't know if this horse goes off second choice.
Yeah, it's fair to wonder, isn't it, if people are finally done with Himika after she just started out with a lot of potential and just it doesn't seem like she's improved at all for Baffert.
We'll take a look at the time form US pace projection. We always talk about this, and then we'll talk about the long stretch there at Los Al. But looks like a fast pace is expected. I would pretty much agree with this. I mean, Himika should be involved from the inside based on what we've seen. She's going to stretch back out. The one time we saw her go long, Mike, in the Oakleaf, she was forward. But I think now she has to work with her stablemate, who was very speedy on debut.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, Himika probably goes from the inside post. So she'll be up there. I guess there are a couple of other horses who have shown speed along the way. Whether or not they can show speed against better horses, I guess remains to be seen. But it feels like the Baffert that's drawn to the outside post, who is stretching out off of an impressive maiden win. She had such easy speed in her debut. Actually, I think she just might be faster than these horses early.
And you can see last early on with the LP flag is the 4 Cosmic Heat, who looks to be one of maybe 2 closers really in the field. We'll kick it off though with the number 1, Himika. We'll take a look at her most recent performance. And you mentioned people might sort of be done with her because, I don't know, she's a little unreliable at times. And I feel like in here we got the trip that we expected she would get. Maybe it's the 7 furlongs that did her in and the pace factor, but she comes up second best, and Cosmic Heat's one that's able to rally late.
Yeah, listen, if it's the 7 furlongs that did her in, then she's in real trouble in this race. And yeah, and listen, she's 1-5 in this race actually, and she's just it's not that she got beat. It's just that she got beat fair and square. It wasn't a very fast race. It's not like she emerges with some kind of noticeable excuse. I mean, she just didn't run that well in that race. Like again, she started out with a lot of potential. The first 2 races were really good. Since they've stretched her out, she hasn't been nearly as good.
The 2 Cashed will race with blinkers off, has had blinkers in all 5 of her starts. And she's a little interesting from a pace perspective. You mentioned maybe some others will try to go. You have to think she's going to go based on her, last 3 efforts, especially last time out, the sub 45 half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they would try to change it necessarily. I don't know that even if she makes the lead, and I don't think she can make the lead personally, but even if she does, I still doesn't make her good enough to win. And you still have the distance question for her to answer here as she steps into open company.
Now we'll move to the number 3, Consequent, in here. Another one for Bob Baffert. We will take a look at the maiden victory. It was on debut. It was at the mile distance at Del Mar. And I think with that in mind, there is a lot to like. Has gone a mile so far in the career, closed from off of it, probably gets the pace set up again. This just feels like a race that when you watch the replay, Mike, don't you feel like she can build off of this?
Exactly. It's exactly how I looked at it. I just feel like this is a really, not only is it a positive debut as far as, getting the win done, but it just feels like she probably learned a lot from that race. She spent a lot of time behind horses. You saw there in the stretch, actually, once she took over, she kind of started acting goofy there. Like she didn't even really know what she was doing, jumped to her wrong lead, tried to pull herself up. And then as soon as that horse came back, tried to come back on her, she just re-engaged and won. I think she did a lot of good things in there. And I still think there's a lot of room to improve for her.
I feel like that could be maybe said about the number 4 Cosmic Heat, who was able to win on debut. She was 3rd in the replay that we showed when we showed Himika. And I know she was still beaten by 5 lengths, but I feel like based on what we've seen, at a distance probably is her friend, and so is a heated pace scenario.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they go fast and up front, I guess it probably helps her at least as much as it helps everybody else. These horses are always the toughest call for me, actually, because she's shown no speed really in her first 2 starts and ran late. And, for the most part, these are lightly raced 2-year-old fillies, so I don't want to try to pigeonhole her yet. But for the most part, closing sprinters, stretching out, they're about the worst bets in horse racing.
We'll see. I don't know. I kind of like her here, though, depending the trip that she gets, depending how quick they go early on. I think you bring up a good point. I think that sometimes maybe that even applies a little bit more in the California racing scene, just seeing how horses typically win races. Maybe it's a little bit different on the East Coast. The 5, Jules, up next here for Peter Miller. Took her 5 starts to be able to graduate. She did it last time out. I think the concern is it was $32,000 maiden claimers, and they went really slow to the half in there, 47.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at least we know that she can win around 2 turns, but that's really all she has going for her.
And then rounding it out here is the number 6, Naima, the third entrant for Bob Baffert, was able to win on debut. Feel like she did everything that she needed to. She gets a good figure for it. That's why she's going to be the 6-5 morning line favorite in here. And I think from a pedigree perspective, that suggests the 2 turns should be no problem. And I think, Bob putting her in the spot at Los Al suggests that the Baffert camp has a lot of confidence in her abilities.
I think those things are probably all true. I just really, really liked her debut again. She just showed easy speed in that race. It actually took on a pretty strong challenge from the runner-up, but was way better than that horse. They put an acre of ground on the rest of that field. She was really impressive winning first time out.
That's the field of 6 for the grade 2 Starlet. Race number 8 this Saturday at Los Al. We'll move to our top selections here. And I think there's a couple of horses that you're probably looking at. Most people, it's probably the 3 or the 6. Those are your top 2, Mike. And ultimately, go with a little bit of a better price here in the 3, Consequent.
Yeah, I was thinking, I like that she's already been 2 turns. I feel like, she maybe has more room to move forward off of that debut, which kind of feels like she learned a lot from it. So we'll see. Himika was the one Baffert that I'm, happy to stand against, win or lose. I was torn between the 3 and the 6. I'll take the 3.
And I would go to the 6 in here. I just liked the debut effort. I think pedigree suggests distance won't be an issue for her. And to me, she's probably, the 3 and the 6 are the horses to beat. I know I used the 4 in here. You used Cosmic Heat a little further down. But as you said, we both stand against Himika here in the Starlet. Let us know who you like in the comments. And best of luck this weekend wagering on Los Al.